It's the start of Holy Week, and I want to take you somewhere most people skip straight past. It's Monday. Jesus has just ridden into Jerusalem on a donkey. The crowds are cheering. The cloaks are on the road. The whole city is buzzing. And then he walks into the temple, and he turns it upside down. Now, most of us picture that scene as Jesus losing his temper over a market. Dodgy money changers, overpriced doves, people treating a holy place like a car boot sale. And yes, all of that is there. But there's something much more specific going on. And when you see it, it changes everything. Here's the detail that most people miss. The money changers and the traders hadn't just set up anywhere inside the temple complex. They'd taken over a very specific courtyard, the court of the Gentiles. Now, the temple wasn't just one big room. It had zones, and as you moved inwards, access got more restricted. Jewish men could go further, Jewish women a little less far, priests could go further still. But the court of the Gentiles, the outermost court, was the one place in the entire temple complex where non-Jews, foreigners, outsiders, people who didn't already belong, could come and pray. It was the only door open to them, and it had been turned into a marketplace. Jesus wasn't just angry about business. He was furious because religion had physically blocked the one door open to the people on the outside. He quotes Isaiah when he clears that court. And this is the point. Listen to what Isaiah actually said. I will bring foreigners who bind themselves to the Lord to my holy mountain, for my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations. That's Isaiah chapter 56, verses 6 and 7. Not a general feel-good verse about prayer. A specific promise that the temple was always meant to be a place where outsiders could find God. The door was always meant to be open to everyone. But there's more. When Jesus says the temple has become a den of robbers, he's quoting Jeremiah chapter 7. And if you read the whole of that passage, what scholars call the temple sermon, God's complaint isn't just about bad behaviour. It's about people who have turned the temple into a lucky charm. They trust the building rather than the God of the building. They say the temple of the Lord like it's a magic phrase that protects them, while ignoring justice, ignoring the poor, ignoring the foreigners at the gate. The door was open in name, but in practice, it was shut to everyone who didn't already belong. So here's the question this Monday of Holy Week brings to all of us. Is there anything in your life, in your church, in your habits, in your attitudes, that is blocking the door for someone else to encounter God? It might not be obvious. It might not even be intentional. The traders in the temple probably thought they were providing a useful service. But good intentions can still block doors. This week, at home, at work, with your neighbours, in your community, where could you move something out of the way so that someone else can get through? The whole story of Holy Week is the story of a door being opened wider than we ever imagined. And it starts here with Jesus, furious that the door had been blocked and determined to open it again. We're at the beginning of the most extraordinary week in human history, so stay with me throughout the week. Because tomorrow, we're looking at a moment that's quietly one of the most haunting things Jesus ever said. A man gets closer to the kingdom of God than almost anyone in the Gospels, and Jesus looks at him and says, "You are not far, but not in." There's a door right in front of him, and he's standing right on the threshold. I'll see you tomorrow.